That's for the Ravens. That's for the Ravens, dude. The L-Jack.
L-Jack, get the gap.
I'll tell you one thing, man.
Till that ghost town, till that ghost town, get the gag. Till that magnolia posse, till that magnolia posse, get the
Listen, this is
gag.
what I am going to say, though, real quick. You can't tell me. I know that. I know everybody. I lost my 49ers bet. That's fine, right? You can't tell me that you went into last night thinking that Brock Purdy was going to have 3 interceptions.
No, I didn't think that. Didn't he have 4? Or no?
Could have been 4, yeah.
Yeah, he looked really terrible. I didn't think he was going to look that terrible.
And here's my thing, man. I actually talked to one of my Baltimore fan friends this morning. You watch enough film on Baltimore to know that they're one of the best pass rush defenses in the league, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they catered to that at all. I'm not saying that the O-line could have done better or Brock Purdy could have done better. I'm sure that some people would say he would.
Yeah.
But you go up against a defense like Baltimore and you think that you're going to perform the same as, the last, they win 6 games in a row now?
Yeah.
It was 6 games in a row before last night. I think they just kind of get in this loop of where they're winning games, they're winning games.
Pause, sorry. I apologize.
What's going on with the D-Gen, dude? Why do you want to throw us in a group chat?
go.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Nah, we don't need to talk about that. He'll be here. You can ask him in person.
I was like, hey, D-Gen, let's get in a group chat 3 times. And it's kind of like, you'll meet him in person. Is he famous?
I don't know. You decide when he gets here, dude. You decide when he gets here. I'm sorry for interrupting, but let's talk about the Niners and the. Yeah, you want me to talk about Brock Purdy?
Why'd you interrupt, though?
It was a car emergency. Sucks. That's why I got this watch on.
Okay.
It's gonna happen sometimes. Fucking cars, dude. So
Cars.
anyways.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brock Purdy, dude. I did not think that he was going to look that terrible, but I did think that the Niners were going to struggle, and I do think that the Ravens' defense is kind of underrated, whereas the Niners' defense is really good too, but I feel like everyone already knows that and thinks that, whereas I didn't really think the Ravens were getting their credit they were due for being, in my opinion, almost as good of a defense as the Niners. Like, I think... I think Ravens have as good a defense as the Niners. And they balled out yesterday. I mean, they had a fucking game plan for Brock Purdy, so I was impressed. Lamar Jackson kind of started slow, and I was like, God, dude, it's like he's going to win this game, but he's going to do fucking 130 yards. And he got it going. He looked nice, had a big run, nice little touchdown pass. Got stopped at the 1 for another touchdown run. But he really got it going. He was definitely cooking. It's a really impressive win, but to me, it doesn't mean shit for the Niners' Super Bowl hopes. I think the Niners are still probably going to the Super Bowl.
For sure.
With you. Yeah.
And I think the Niners know that, too. Here's the thing. I mean, in the beginning of the game, you would almost argue the refs wanted the Niners to win with that little trip up in the end zone, huh?
Yeah, that shit is wrong place, wrong time.
I mean, it is, but here's my...
It's unacceptable.
Can I say something about that? I believe, maybe some people would agree with this, wouldn't it make sense if if there's a ref interference? And I'm not talking about like a screen. I know sometimes players use refs at screens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Refs, for the most part, do a good job of getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Especially when they're lined up on the line. But in that event where the points come off of it from the offensive team, would you just redo the down? Like, couldn't they be like, hey, there's like a penalty called ref interference on offensive play. I'm not talking about throwing the ball. I'm just talking about a trip up that causes 2 points. You'd almost argue there could be a redo.
Yeah, but then it's unfair to the defense because, like, let's be honest, he did trip over the ref, but at minimum, if he got out of that, he was throwing the ball away. So it was going to be lost to down regardless. I understand it's unfair for the Ravens.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I want to. Yeah, it would be lost to down, but he went 2 points though. It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge for sure. It's way bigger, and it does suck. I guess you would need to. You would almost need to put that rule in place. Like, yeah, you need to put that rule in place. But to be fair, I don't know what you do. Like, it sounds hilarious, but sometimes that's going to happen. That's one of the craziest times I've seen it happen. But I've seen it happen where refs legit set screens and then a receiver's just wide open.
I've seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying.